Right back 7. Right back 7. Starting on 57. Right back part 7. Starting on 57. It's where you'll find creative solutions to your questions. It's the place where everything comes together flawlessly. It's the place where you feel on top of the world. Living in the vortex has the benefit of making creativity, intuition, and manifestation automatic and effortless. When you are in harmony with the vibration of the source of creation, you have the power to manifest anything you desire effortlessly. How you feel will tell you whether you're in or out of that vortex. You're in when you feel wonderful. You're outside of it if you're feeling lousy. It would be best if you also took action from the vortex. That aligned condition is a perfect moment to start working toward your objective. Because whatever you do outside of the vortex is unlikely to provide the desired results. So getting in is critical if you want to live a life of comfort and flow. As purposeful creators do. Getting into the vortex. We have several bodies, and our spirit resides in multiple realms. To advance to the higher self, it is important to concentrate only on the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual bodies. The path you take to enter the vortex may vary from that of others. There are, however, many techniques through which you can enter the vortex. You can try meditation, one of the most effective ways to gain entry into the vortex. Moreover, being kind, positive affirmations, visualization, and practicing yoga can also be beneficial. All these techniques will always have one thing in common. Whenever you do any of these things, you will feel good about yourself and bring your mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies together. So, the simplest way to enter the vortex is to do things that make you feel good about yourself. For example, whenever I feel low, I go to the gym. I spend multiple hours there working out and pushing my body to the limits. I lift weights, walk on the treadmill, jog a little, go back to exercising, look in the mirror and flex. Doing all these exercises and watching myself flex in the mirror makes me feel good. It makes me lively. Being in the gym allows me to release all the pressures and stress. It also it allows me to flush out all the negativity and misleading energies. This brings vibrational harmony to my mind, body, and spirit, allowing me to enter the quantum side and the vortex. Resistance. Vortex works on the principle of the law of attraction. It attracts you. It tries to engulf you all by itself. It's you who hinders its attraction. You pose resistance at the entrance of this realm. So how do you cause hindrance? By holding on to your old ways of living, by working too hard. Let's take the example of cork. Cork is porous and made of wood and floats easily on the water. Even the ripples generated in its vicinity are unable to submerge it. Now, you put resistance or pressure on the cork with your hand. This pressure makes it submerge underwater. The main purpose of the cork is to float, and it was already there, but the resistance provided by your hand has caused it to deviate from its main purpose. Similarly, you are already near a vortex and attracted to it, but two things pose resistance in your way. One is your old ways of living. When you don't let go of yourself, you won't be able to align with your higher self. The resistance you pose comes when you refuse to accept change or let go of the past. The second resistance is confusion, the process of overdoing it. When you have left your old ways and have accepted the change, as stated above, you have reached your destination. You are already on the verge of entering the vortex. Your hope and belief in yourself have made you eligible for entry into the vortex. But when you start procrastinating, become confused, and doubt your eligibility, you create resistance. The door to the vortex is somewhere between hope and belief. You had a hope to enter the vortex, but when you doubt yourself, you stop believing in yourself, and this causes problems. So remember, you are already in the quantum realm. You are already in the vortex. You need to let go of your old ways and believe in yourself. Just align yourself with the universe's vibrations, and you will have all the power at your disposal. Quantum side is a new way of life where we no longer identify ourselves or make decisions based on horror stories of the past. The quantum side is establishing a mindset of love and abundance and restructuring our lives. Words, actions, smells, and feelings trigger past patterns. These rehearsed horror stories are to be written in books and left there for anyone curious to read and learn from them. On the quantum side, we abandon old, irrelevant ways of living as we learn to apply the laws that govern us on a clean, fresh slate. Letting go of the past. Nobody can deny that there has been a moment or episode in their life when they wish situations had been different. We all have regrets. We all have incidents and decisions in our past lives that we want to change. However, moving back to your past is not an option on a journey toward a better life. What you need to understand is that the past is done. You don't have the power to travel back in time and change what you did, but you have all the power to alter your present and future. So focus on your present, let go of the past, and let go of your horror stories. Please don't get stuck on it. Although the past is essential because we learn from it and build the present and future, it should not be too intrusive in our goals, or it will become a hindrance rather than a help. We must let go of things that have gone before to live in the present. Everything has a time and a place, and events that have transpired in the past were predestined. Seeking them in the present for all the wrong reasons stifles development. Getting stuck in the past is easy because it gives you the easy way out. It allows you to play the victim card. It allows you to curse your fortune and the world for what has happened to you. By staying in the past, you put all the blame on others For example, you blame the universe for putting you in a bad neighborhood. You blame the universe for giving you a rough life when someone else is living in luxury. You blame the universe for providing you with a negative environment that played a part in your misery. It doesn't matter how easy and convenient staying in the past might seem. It is not an option. Going back to your past will initiate the domino effect. As soon as you open the door to your past, you start losing everything you have. You start losing your family, friends, car, house, and the list goes on. The dominoes will keep on falling, one forcing the other to fall. Letting go of the past is not an easy feat to accomplish. And the reason for this is that the past is always calling you. There's always a way for the past to entice you back to it. It will keep welcoming you, saying, "We miss you. Where have you been?" It will keep on putting force on a cord to pull you back. But remember that you have the power to let it go. You are the one who created your past. You are the creator. Although the past wants you back, you can win over your horror stories with determination and focus. The power of new beginning. We see life as a straight line with a definite beginning, middle, and finish. We are born, spend our lives as we see fit, and then die. However, with a simple shift of perspective, that line could be transformed into a sequence of circles, making our life cyclical, beginning, middle, end, and repeat. Every end is a new beginning, and we are given a fresh perspective. Putting an end to our past will bring about the beginning. Beginnings have a tremendous inherent power that can be harnessed if used appropriately. Have you ever noticed that most diets begin on Monday more than any other day? You feel a rush of energy on your body when you think of the beginning of a new week. What makes you believe that? Because new beginnings provide individuals with strength, perspective, and a fresh start. New Year's Day is the epitome of a beginning. The page has turned, your canvas is clean, the year has ended, and a new one has begun. Just thinking about the new year explodes our minds with numerous thoughts about how we want to spend this new year and what we want to achieve in it. This is the power of beginning. It gives you the energy to transform your present. Beginning constructs a bridge between your present and what you desire to achieve. Once this bridge has been constructed, all you have to do is keep making efforts and moving forward toward the life of abundance you have always wanted. One thing to remember is that going backward is not an option. You only need to move forward. This beginning is what the quantum side is all about. It is all about transforming your present into what you desire. As soon as you have decided to put a stop to your past and bring about the beginning of eliminating your bad habit, you have entered the quantum realm, where we no longer identify with or make decisions based on horror stories of the past. Just as we walk away from bad memories, we begin to walk into new memories that haven't yet occurred. How is this possible? The brain does not know the difference between a thought/dream or an actual physical event. It's all about a feeling we receive from this thought that makes it relevant. Creativity is an expression of clear intent and an elevated feeling. The key to the quantum side of life is to have a goal. Instead of drifting around to and fro, a goal, dream, or quest gives us purpose, reason, and direction. Direction is essential in life because without direction, there is nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, and no purpose. Importance of goal setting. Many people feel disoriented in the world. They work hard, yet they never seem to achieve anything meaningful. They have a vague desire to alter bad habits, but they don't seem to be making any progress. One of the main reasons people feel this way is that they haven't spent enough time thinking about what they want out of life and haven't created specific objectives for themselves. After all, would you go on an important journey if you had no clue where you were going? Goal setting is a powerful method for setting your ideal goal. Setting your ideal goal. Setting is a powerful Goal setting is a powerful method for setting your ideal goal. Setting is a powerful method for setting your ideal. Goal setting is a powerful method for setting your ideal future and inspiring yourself to make that vision a reality. Setting objectives allow you to decide where you want to go in life. You can focus your efforts more effectively by knowing precisely what you want to accomplish. You'll also see the diversions that might easily lead you astray. The neurons in your brain form a complex pathway known as the reticular activating system. Its function is to get stimulus from your environment and bring it to your attention. So it plays a vital role in setting and achieving your goals. Fortunately, you can train your RAS by setting an intention. In other words, you can train by forming a link between your conscious and subconscious. This implies that if you concentrate hard on your objectives, your RAS will expose the information. People and chances that will assist you in achieving them. This training is similar to any physical training. The more and more you train your reticular activating system, the easier it will become for your brain to detect and expose the relevant people and information. Having a clear, compelling purpose directs your attention to actionable behavior. Goal setting, in other words, motivates you. For example, you have a keen desire to eliminate your bad habits, but whenever someone asks you when you want your bad habits to be gone, your most probable reply will be as soon as possible. In this case, you have a strong desire to achieve something but lack a defined goal. The issue here is that the result isn't clear. Conversely, if you are more specific, I would start using the power of my mind and imagination and eliminate these bad habits before Next year starts. Now you have something to aspire to. You have a mental cue that triggers your focus and motivates you to use the power of the mind. The most beneficial aspect of goal setting is its ability to improve your focus. Without a purpose, your efforts will be scattered and often misleading. A goal, for example, takes a hummingbird's wild and erratic flight and focuses it, much like a hawk that swoops down for its prey. This means that your actions will be chaotic and irregular at the start. After setting the goal, you will face some difficulty in finding a way to achieve your goal. But as soon as you figure out the way, your focus will be amplified and you will start moving towards your destination with motivation and courage, ultimately achieving your goal. So why is the aspect of the focus the most beneficial? Because the focus is the key to manifestation. Importance of focus. As I had discussed earlier, the mind is the most powerful part of our body, and it has the power to bring about manifestation. However, certain factors amplify its power. One such important factor is the focus. Having something to focus on is essential for the proper growth of the mind. Focus is important because it is the gateway to all thinking, perception, memory learning, reasoning, problem solving, and decision making. Without good focus, all aspects of your ability to think will suffer. Focus guides the mind through its capability of filtering important information and moving it up the ladder for deeper processing. While suppressing interruptions through a function known as efficient selection. So basically, everything is a distraction. If you don't have anything to focus on, these distractions cause an imbalance in the optimal working of the mind and act as obstacles toward manifestation. What happens is that when you don't have a focus, your brain dissects everything and gives you emotional feelings about certain things that are irrelevant. This happens because your brain has nothing to grab onto. The brain becomes curious. The brain says, you know what? Let's find things. Instead of building synapses around your main focus, the brain forms synapses around stuff that doesn't matter. Thus, dissecting and dividing the power of the mind to work on multiple things simultaneously leads to no gain. For example, let's assume you get a project to build a 5-star restaurant. Now, if you develop a keen focus on this project, you will dedicate your mind solely to the restaurant. Throughout the project, you will analyze your methods and work to find new ways to improve your approach to make this restaurant the best it can be. Your robust focus on this project will ensure you don't get distracted by the problems and drama in your surroundings. You will concentrate all the power of your mind on manifesting your imagination and achieving the best result. The key to life is to think our way into our true desires. Think our way out of bad habits and think our way into a new reality of love and abundance. There is nothing an idea can't solve. An idea is a breakthrough resolution. Ideas come from imagination. and imagination is formed from the level of vibrations we connect with, establishing the frequencies that determine our manifestation. We're gonna start back on page 66. In the Lord. Then we start back on page 66. You heard me? I don't know. I think we gotta read some more. We're gonna keep going. Look. Theta state. The power of imagination comes in a state called theta. Our brain has 5 waves: beta, alpha, theta, delta, and gamma. Theta is a state of mind that is associated with the power of imagination and the power of manifestation. This state is a kind of state of hypnosis. If you have driven a vehicle over long distances, you can easily understand this concept of theta state. While driving, you might encounter a phase in which you are thinking about something deeply or becoming drowsy. When you get out of this phase, you don't remember anything that happened in the previous 5 through 10 minutes. What happens is that when you are in this state of relaxation, your mind frequencies gets very low and you enter into a state of sleep, except that a small part of your brain is still conscious. And important thing to notice here is that in this state of mind, you don't encounter any accidents. Although you are not completely conscious, your body is working on its own. In the theta state, the brain produces theta waves. The subconscious is governed by theta brain waves, which regulate the portion of our mind that falls between the conscious and the unconscious and preserves memories and emotions. These waves direct your thoughts and conduct as well. Theta waves are filled with feelings of creativity and highly spiritual. This mental state enables you to behave below the level of your conscious mind. Harnessing theta waves can help you visualize your objectives and bring them to reality. Theta frequency increases when you consciously exercise creativity, self-regulation, and brain building, notably at frontal locations during tasks that demand attention or short-term memory. It's vital to remember that theta waves are an energy reaction to mental activity. And how we control our brains determines how well we respond to theta waves. This is where our actual authenticity lives, where we can reconnect with the universe and discover the essence of who we are, what we desire, and what we need to be. Manifesting becomes easy once we reach this stage. So, theta is a state of perfect calm and serenity. In which your mind is completely free, and whatever you imagine or think in this state manifests itself into reality. How to enter theta state. There are 2 ways you can reach the theta state. One is that if you set some form of sound or alarm that activates your mundane thinking while sleeping, you may wake yourself up from the deep delta sleep state and start a dream state. And you get the capacity to enter dreams at choice, or if you're dreaming at night, you can reach theta. When you are awake and want to shut down that rational, hyperactive mind and enter that epiphany state and that highly creative state, you may attain theta by sitting in a calm condition. Assume you've been working all day and now want to relax. Sit in a comfortable position. Maintain complete silence while holding a ball in your hand. Begin to forget about your work and worries. Relax in your position, which indicates you're moving from gamma to beta to alpha. You calm your mind, and then you allow yourself to get drowsy. You will begin to let your mind enter this type of fantasy enumeration mode. But keep in mind that you don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to nod off and become unconscious. So as soon as you begin to go into that delta, that deep state, your hand would relax and the ball would be knocked down, waking you up from that theta, from that delta to that theta state. You will experience a lot of epiphanies at these times, which you may utilize to practice imagination, visualization, and tap into the power of manifestation. Summary. There are two ways you can reach the theta state. One is that if you set some form of sound or alarm that activates your mundane thinking while sleeping, you may wake yourself up from the deep delta sleep state and start a dream state, and you get the capacity to enter dreams at choice, or if you're dreaming at night, you can reach theta. When you are awake and want to shut down that rational, hyperactive mind and enter that epiphany state and that highly creative state, you may attain delta by sitting in a calm condition. Assume you've been working all day and now want to relax. Sit in a comfortable position. Maintain complete silence while holding a ball in your hand. Begin to forget about your work and worries. Relax in your position, which indicates you're moving from gamma to beta to alpha. You calm your mind, and then you allow yourself to get drowsy. You will begin to let your mind enter this type of fantasy enumeration mode. But keep in mind that you don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to nod off and become unconscious. So as soon as you begin to go into that delta, that deep sleep, that deep state, your hand will relax and the ball will be knocked down, waking you up from the delta to that theta state. You will experience a lot of epiphanies at these times, which you may utilize to practice imagination and visualization and tapping into the power of manifestation. Our cosmos loves absolute, ubiquitous, consistent, and neutral laws and principles. We may claim ignorance of the complicated workings of these rules, but whether we are conscious of it or not, we are constantly engaging with and using these principles in our lives. Subconsciously, we all know these divine laws of the universe, These principles and laws are the backbones of the universe's working body. This chapter will teach us about the universe's laws to understand its complexities. Its complexity. Laws of the universe are essential because they bring nature into balance and harmony. You will better understand how the universe operates if you learn these laws. Once you've learned the rules, you can apply them to your personal life to advance prosperity. Every universal rule is a piece of the complicated jigsaw that is the universe. They are all linked and operate together. As such, they can guide making the most of life. Let's take a closer look at the universal laws, how they affect our life, and how you may use them to your advantage. Alright, we're going to start on page 7. I'm going to come back to page 70. We're going to do page 70 though, for sure. Until that 11 abundance, y'all. And it's a new chapter too. It's called Creating a Winning Environment. Creating a winning environment. What forces some atoms to transform into precious, shining crystals and gemstones, while most atoms only make dull rocks? One answer: the right environment. You might wonder why I am suddenly talking about crystals out of nowhere. Well, let's dive deeper. Crystals are made up of highly organized atoms or molecules under immense temperature and pressure. Atoms need a specific environment to transform into an incredible and visually appealing matter. The physical qualities of the crystal make it stand out among other stones. An atom can make either transit into a fascinating crystal or remain an ordinary stone, depending on its environment. I am sure now you're getting where I am going. We, like crystals, need a winning environment. Why? Because the right environment can help you discover your deepest talents. A winning environment implies a positivity-filled environment that helps you succeed in all aspects of your life. And our war against our bad habits, we must utilize all of our weapons to win. A winning environment is one of those weapons. The science behind this concept is that the environment, cues, or the objects in our surroundings trigger certain thoughts and desires, causing us to behave in certain ways, to do something out of the ordinary. We can't recover in the same environment where we formed our bad habits, as that environment cues us to revert to those habits. We need to create a winning environment that prompts us to keep working towards success. The environment always affects you, whether positively or negatively. If you pack your bags right now and go to live in a place where everyone around you is rich, it won't take long before you will pick up some of their traits. So we surround ourselves with positivity. We foster positivity in all aspects of our life. Our brain works in a way where it says, you know what? This is a comfort zone. and we become wired to stay in the same place. When we create a winning environment, we try new things. During this process, our brain destroys wiring from the damaging environment, enabling us to become wired to this new, positive, and successful environment. Science has discovered something awesome. No longer are we imprisoned by our genes or family, sickness, or health, but by the environment we place ourselves in. This phenomenon is called epigenetics. Epigenetics tells us that everything happening to us on our genetic level is because of our environment. We are not victims of bad habits because our parents were. We are here only because we choose to be, only because we think it's inevitable. To grow and eliminate our bad habits, we must destroy this mindset. Epigenetics is the science that tells us how the environment can become our biggest savior. Every cell of our body, except the red blood cells, contains a nucleus with chromatids. Chromatids are compressed and entangled forms of our DNA or genes. Now, epigenetics states that an environment filled with abuse of drugs triggers an alteration or mutation in our genes, which causes us to develop an addiction. You didn't have a craving for drugs when you had started using them. So then why do you get them now? Because your environment has mutated your genes. This all might seem overwhelming to you, but there is a silver lining for you in epigenetics. The opposite can also be true. If an environment filled with bad habits can change our genes and develop cravings, we can eliminate cravings and bad habits by changing our environment and reversing the mutations. So this chapter is about how you can create a winning environment that will reverse your mutations and bring success. How to create a winning environment. Before we learn how to create a winning environment, we should learn what an environment is. When you hear the word environment, the concept that will pop into your mind is that it is everything that is around us physically. You think the house, the people, and the air around us are the environments. Well, you are partially right. Our environment is not limited to the surroundings of our bodies. Our environment includes our bodies, our mind, and our spirit along with our surroundings. So in this chapter, I will discuss how to create a winning environment concerning your body, mind, and spirit. Dealing with all three aspects of yourself is important. Your body, mind, and spirit makes you the whole. Healing one while ignoring the other won't offer optimal health. Part one, the body. When recovering, we fill ourselves with foods to regain weight. When we detox from drugs, our bodies are like a sponge. They absorb things quickly and they put them to use quickly. So a lot of times, what we do is fill ourselves up with all types of unhealthy foods just because we're hungry. Over time, our bad habits can leave us with a weak immune system. When our defense falls, we get more prone to infections, disease, and disorders. Drug abuse can lead to numerous heart conditions, including arrhythmia, collapsed arteries and veins, heart attack, and an increased risk of infection of the cardiac muscles. Other severely impacted organs include the liver, kidney, lungs, and gastrointestinal tract. Your appearance is a mirror of your internal world. When organs struggle to do their job, it shows in a person's complexion, hair, nails, teeth, and weight. Acne, skin lesions, baldness, or male pattern hair growth in women are frequent side effects. Problems with the jaw and teeth, such as cavities and gum disease, have also been reported by many individuals. These alterations can cause difficulties in daily life, and it's critical to healing all of our body's damaged building blocks. They delight our tongues, taste lovely at the moment, and are also quite effective at suppressing uncomfortable feelings. But as we all know, junk foods make us unwell. They deplete our energy, cause us to gain weight, and make us feel displaced. The same is true for the mind. We often have many thoughts that are like junk food. These are the negative thoughts. For example, judging and criticizing someone feels good at the moment, but it damages us. It feeds our smallness and restricts us from facing our fears and developing courage. The food we eat affects all of our bodies, including our minds. When we eat something, it gets absorbed into the blood, crosses the blood-brain barrier, and reaches the brain. The brain gets the same effect that the food poses inside it. If we eat healthy food, our brain will stay healthy, giving rise to healthy thoughts. But if we fill our stomachs with unhealthy junk food, the same unhealthy thoughts will pop up in our minds. We can treat all these conditions individually or find an easy way to correct them simultaneously. A proper diet is the best way to return our body to a healthy state and benefit our mind from a work regimen that is performed by a healthy body. So here I have put together some foods and vitamins that can heal your body quickly. Foods to abolish. As our body acts like a sponge after the detox, consuming unhealthy foods can worsen our conditions, whereas healthy foods can heal our bodies quickly. It is the perfect opportunity to get extra healthy. First, I will talk about the foods you should restrain yourself from. Sugar. I advise you to stay miles away from sugar if you can. Sugar is the best drug on the market right now. People in recovery frequently crave it because it gives short comfort from low blood sugar. But consuming sugar exacerbates the health problem since it has no nutritional value and deprives the body of essential minerals and vitamins. No wonder sugar is famously known as the white poison among nutritionists. Sugar clogs your brain, causes erectile dysfunction for guys, and causes a whole array of things to your body. High blood sugar levels can lead to insulin resistance, resulting in type 2 diabetes. Moreover, sugar is nothing more than empty calories. We crowd out nutrients by consuming ultra-processed high sugar and carb food like ice cream, fried food, cakes, sweets, etc. It depletes our bodies of crucial nutrients necessary for a healthy immune system and metabolism. The presence of sugar also depletes chromium, zinc, magnesium, and copper from the body. Blood sugar and mood are inextricably linked, particularly blood sugar spikes and lows. The more irregular your blood glucose, the more erratic your mood. You won't get the key amino acids and vitamins you need to help your mood if you eat a high sugar, low nutrient diet. Sugar intake can thus lead to depression. Sugar in the blood destroys the elastin and collagen strands that keep your skin supple. This fact in itself should deter you from ever eating sugar again. It may be the case that artificial sweeteners come into your mind when I discuss cutting off sugar. Although artificial sweeteners can help diabetes patients, they are detrimental to your health. Try to replace sugar with natural sweeteners. The best sugar alternative is raw honey, which has many health benefits. You can also use molasses, pearl maple syrup, or even the coconut sugar I use. Caffeine. Caffeine has been proven guilty in studies of causing addiction. Caffeine's addictive characteristics are influenced by the quantity you drink daily and the potency of what you drink. For example, a cup of coffee has around 100 milligrams of caffeine, whereas energy drinks have approximately 75 to 90 milligrams. When her predispositions to addictive behaviors are combined, developing a caffeine addiction is a serious risk for someone who regularly consumes excessive quantities of caffeine. Caffeine has reorganized addictive components, and many individuals in recovery utilize it for replacing that form of drug usage. Therefore, avoiding excessive caffeine use while in recovery is critical. Coffee impairs your body's capability to absorb certain vitamins. It has been proven to limit vitamin D, calcium, and potassium absorption, all of which are necessary for your recovery. Caffeine can trigger your brain to overproduce stress-inducing chemicals. These include adrenaline and acetylcholine, which can cause anxiety and stress when in excess. Drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee daily can severely damage your kidneys and liver. Also, it is very bad for patients with high blood pressure and creates excess mucus. However, coffee is an excellent stimulant to wake up your brain early in the morning. So, if you can't completely abolish its use, try to reduce its consumption until you get rid of it. That's precisely what I did. I had completely gotten rid of coffee. I replaced it entirely with a healthy alternative, mushroom coffee, because it is good for our brain and immune system and its stimulant properties. Caffeine avoidance guarantees that your mind and body can mend correctly throughout recovery without relying on another drug. White flour. Here's another white poison in your kitchen cabinet that you must avoid. White flour acts like processed sugar. It is made by removing the most nutrient-rich part of the flour, which are the bran and the germ. So the only thing left are mainly carbohydrates. It lacks fiber, clogs the system, delays digestion, resulting in a sluggish metabolism, and impairs the body's regular functioning. Its consumption can result in metabolic syndrome, constipation, increased stress levels, and migraine. It is very easy to replace white flour in your diet. You can use whole grain flour, brown rice flour, rye flour, or spelt flour as a healthy alternative. We start off on fats when we come back. Start off on 77 on the sub title Fats. So we're gonna come back with the part 8. No. We gonna come back with this part 7. This part 7. This part 7. We gonna come back with the part 8. Love and abundance until next time. Until we do it again. Love and abundance, my friend.